Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Bayina Midday News, coming to you live from Benap House, Atomic Junction, Medina. I'm Khadija Tukubra Kailani. Coming up this afternoon, National Petroleum Authority set new price floor for petroleum products and mandate oil marketing companies not to sell fuel below established threshold. Also, cedi continues strong performance against dollar. $1 equals 15 cedis 75 pesos. And in South Africa, citizens shock after the killing of an openly gay Muslim imam. We'll be back shortly with details of the stories. Thank you for staying with us. We are also live on Facebook and YouTube at Bayina TV. Now, starting off with some educational stories. The University of Ghana has refuted claims circulating on social media that it collected over 11 million cedis in graduation fees without providing medallions and scroll holders. In a statement on Monday, February 17, UG's Public Affairs Directorate addressed a publication by Joy News and Joy 99.7 FM, labeling the claims as misleading and inaccurate. According to the university, each of the 15,776 expected graduates paid 500 cedis graduation fee, totaling 7,888,000 cedis, not 11 million cedis as reported. The fee covers essential services include gown rental, congregation publication, graduation medallions, scroll holders, university souvenir, water and administrative costs. UG clarified that while all listed items were provided, procurement delays affected the distribution of medallions and scroll holders. A notice dated February 10, 2025 had already informed graduates of the delay. The university assured that the missing items would be made available in due time. The University of Ghana reaffirmed its commitment to upholding the highest standards in all its operations, including the organization of graduation ceremonies. The Public Affairs Directorate assured graduates that every effort is being made to deliver the outstanding items promptly. Away from education, let's do some health stories. The National Health Insurance Scheme faces financing shortfall that are undermining progress in health and protection of vulnerable groups. The World Bank has revealed in its key findings in Ghana's public finance review. According to the Bretton Woods Institution, though the progress in health and nutrition outcomes has been supported by public funding, there are challenges. It said the financing shortfall for NHIS are undermining progress in health.
According to the World Bank, the NHIS no longer receives its full national health insurance levy allocation due to the capping law. There is also a gap between budgeted allocations and actual cash received from the Ministry of Finance. Additionally, there is high administrative costs hindering spending efficiency, as less than 60% of NHIS budget goes to claims. Meanwhile, the World Bank says the social assistance programs are well targeted to the poor, but their impact is limited by low benefit levels. It explains that the main targeted social assistance programs represent 0.2% of gross domestic product and 1.0% of overall government spending, far below comparator countries. For comparison, energy subsidy spending represented about 2% of GDP in 2023. Therefore, it's pointed out that external funding is critical to these programs.
And now in business, the Mahama administration has initiated the build-up of the Debt Service Recovery CD account, also known as the sinking fund, with a payment of 9.7 billion cedis as a buffer for the fifth domestic debt exchange program coupon due in July and August 2025. Felix Kwachi Ofosu, spokesperson to the President and Minister for Government Communications, disclosed this in a statement issued on Monday, February 17, 2025.
Given the country's rising debt stock, economists have emphasized the importance of strengthening Ghana's sinking fund to effectively manage the repayment of restructured domestic and international debts. The government's contribution to the fund aims to alleviate the growing debt burden and ensure timely repayment of restructured obligations. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Finance has fulfilled the payment in cash PIC coupon of 6.081 billion cedis to all DDEP bondholders as of February 17, 2025. Additionally, the payment in kind PIK portion of 3.46 billion cedis has been deposited into bondholder securities accounts in accordance with the DDEP memorandum. The statements added that the government will introduce further measures to restore market confidence, prioritize spending, and enhance transparency and accountability in public finances through the 2025 budget statement. It also maintained that government remains committed to restoring fiscal discipline, stabilizing the cedi, curbing inflation, and creating jobs for the youth, despite inheriting a challenging economic situation from the previous administration.
Meanwhile, the immediate past finance minister has dismissed claims that the decision to honor the fourth coupon payment to domestic debt exchange bondholders was solely at the directive of President John Dramani Mahama. According to Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, the previous New Patriotic Party government had already laid the groundwork to ensure a seamless continuation of these payments.
The Karaga MP wrote in an article on Facebook on Monday that the NPP government honored 3 previous payments, both in payment in cash and payment in kind, between August 2023 and December 2024. According to him, the NPP administration had committed significant resources to meet these obligations. Between August 2023 and December 2024, government paid a total of 17.25 billion cedis in payment in cash and 9.77 billion cedis in payment in kind to bondholders. In addition, individual bondholders who did not tender their bonds were paid a total of 515.17 million cedis, in accordance with a memorandum of understanding signed between the government and the coalition of individual bondholders. Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam added that the previous NPP government did not default in coupon payment since the restructuring of the domestic debt, as well as built buffers in the debt reserves accounts to support upcoming debt service obligations, such as the fourth coupon payment. Dr. Amin Adam argued that these consistent payments prove that the NPP government laid a strong foundation for the continuity of the program, making it inaccurate to attribute the fourth payment solely to President Mahama's directive.
Still on business, the National Petroleum Authority has introduced a new price floor for petroleum products for the second pricing window of February, requiring oil marketing companies and LPG marketing companies to adhere strictly to the set minimum prices. The directive, effect from February 16 to 28, 2025, mandates that no company should sell fuel below the established threshold, with violators at risk of facing potential sanctions from the regulator.
The price floor for petrol and diesel has been set at 12.56 cedis and 13.45 cedis per litre, respectively, while LPG has been fixed at 14.26 cedis per kilogram. The move aligns with the petroleum pricing guidelines, which seek to ensure stability in the downstream sector. The newly introduced price floors, however, do not factor in the premiums charged by international oil trading companies, IOTCs, operating margins of bulk import, distribution, and export companies, BIDECs, or the marketing and dealer margins, or OMCs, and LPGMCs. These cost components will continue to be determined independently by the companies, as stipulated under the country's price deregulation policy. The NPA's enforcement of the price floor is expected to prevent price undercutting among industry players, which could destabilize the market.
Also, the Ghana cedis continued a strong performance against the US dollar in the retail market yesterday, February 17, 2025, after a week of mixed performance against the major foreign currencies. It traded at an average of 15.75 cedis against the American dollar in the retail market after nearing 15.95 cedis on Friday, February 14, 2025. Its years-to-date loss stood at 0.63%.
Analysts expect the local currency to remain steady this week, likely trading within the 15.5 cedis to 15.7 cedis range by week's end, as subdued corporate demand helps limit volatility. However, the outlook for the coming months remain cautious. This is due to diminishing foreign exchange support amid repatriation and rising demand pressures potentially threatening the cedi's stability. Last week, the local currency remained stable in the retail market despite experiencing modest depreciation in the interbank market, whilst the stability in the retail market was supported by subdued demand pressures. The volatility in the interbank market was primarily driven by tight forex exchange supply. The cedi closed last week at 15.95 Ghana cedis to $1 US, reflecting a slight weekly gain of 0.48%. It, however, held steady against the British pound at 19.50 cedis, but weakened marginally by 0.31% against the euro, settling at 16.25 cedis.
On the international front, a man regarded as the first openly gay Muslim imam has been fatally shot while sitting in a car in South Africa in what many are calling an assassination because of his teachings. Mushin Hendrik was ambushed by two men in a pickup truck while visiting the southern city